Do you have a stage name you go by, or do you go by Kate?
Kate. It's all
Yeah.
caps because my whole thing has been becoming Kate. So I'm like,
Yes.
well, Kate it is. Kate
Guess what?
it is.
She's here.
Mhm.
Incredible, incredible, incredible. So we call it silence to sound because I am always so curious to ask artists, like, was there a specific moment where you were like, oh, this is like a thing. I'm dipping into
Mm.
this music thing. What was that initial spark of, yeah, of starting to create your own music like?
Um, okay. This is might be lengthy, so I will try to keep it as truncated as
No,
possible.
no, go off.
Um, my initial beginning to creating music was when I was really little, and I would just write songs, because I did not have very many friends. So that was like my way of like expelling my emotions was to write poetry, songs, and things, because I wasn't using my voice very much. And so eventually that kind of like got into me being a little bit more brave and then trying out for a musical, at a certain
Yeah.
point.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then that kind of transformed into like loving, musical theater and just music in general and learning about, just how music sounds. And like I've always been a fan of like my dad plays the drums and he's a great musician. So, and he can play pretty much any instrument. So I grew up with music in general, and he always introduced me to all different kinds. And he's like, you should listen to everything, never get stuck in one genre.
Yeah.
Um, so all of that culminated to eventually after, during college, like I kind of like lost my voice, and maybe we could talk about that later. I'm trying to like speed through, like fast forward through the story, but I lost my voice, and it was for like many years. Like I would say like almost like 15 years of
Wow.
voice gone. No singing. Like if I did sing, it was very quietly, also strained, like there was a lot going on there. Um and then I finally met this head of a program called I Heart My Voice, and that her name is Roxy Hart, I think, or Roxy something. Not no, Roxy Hart is from Chicago.
I
Um,
was like, damn,
I'm
for
like
real?
I'm like Kate, what in the world? No,
That's so good.
no. This is how my brain goes. It's like Roxy Hart over there. But yeah, her name was Roxy, but she was like a very integral part of my heart, I feel. Because she definitely helped to transform and like help me to re-recognize my voice, her and all the coaches in that program. And that was maybe 3 years ago that I enrolled in that. And then I ended up separating from them. And then that's when I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to actually create something of my own. So I bought the program, I bought the mic, I bought all the things, and I started to create my own sound. And I wanted it to be affirmation music at first because I thought there isn't enough of that. And sometimes you just want to hear like something over and over and over, but that
Yes.
sounds like music. It's not just a mantra, but like something that sounds like something I
Yes.
can like dance to, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
move to, because I'm a dancer too, so like I need that balance.
Oh yeah. And like a wildly talented dancer.
Oh, thank you,
From what I've
Catherine. I
seen, I'm
appreciate
like, oh my
that.
gosh, move it.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. But yeah, I loved to dance, I loved to move, and so I wanted to create that. So I made these like affirmation songs for myself, and I would just play them over and over and over and over. And then I was like, oh, I get pumped up by these with other people, maybe. So then I started sharing it with my family, and like that was like a whole thing too. It's like, the most personal part of yourself that you kind of like kept away. You're sharing it with people who, and again, my dad is a musician, so immediate, like he's like, I love this, but
Oh,
like
okay.
how do we make it better? And I'm like, I wasn't, I didn't want to make it better. I just wanted it to be what it is. And he's
Dad,
not,
I wasn't looking for
and
that.
yeah, and it's not like anything against, because he's great. So like I
Yeah.
knew that it's coming from a place of love, but it's also like in my mind, when people don't get excited about something as much as you are, and you're like,
The, the
like,
this is the bane of my existence. Is like, why aren't you hyping me like I would be hyping me right now?
like, come on, like, come on. So like that kind of like made me not want to do it.
Yeah.
But then in came Hecate, my favorite,
Ah,
my
yes,
girl.
yes.
She came in and she's like, hey, I I need to teach you a little something about how you love yourself, you know?
Mm,
And so that kind of deep amount of love, I think, and my connection with her actually was the catalyst.
mm.
Um, and I did some, if we want to get witchy, I can get witchy. Are we allowed to get witchy?
We allowed to do whatever
Great.
the fuck we want here. Yes.
Great. I love that. So yeah, I did some candle rituals and I did some, just speaking with her in meditation and through movement and dance
Yeah.
and through voice activation. So I was just like letting my sound just like come out in my at the time I was in like a little 2 bedroom apartment. Um and I know my neighbors were like, this girl. But I wanted it to be, I just wanted my life to be different. And I didn't know exactly how, but I wanted music to be included and I wanted to share these things with the world. Whoever wanted to experience them. So then I ended up finding a producer. The producer that I initially went with crashed and burned. And that made me
Mm,
go, how it is when the universe does that. You go, yeah, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. So
mm-hmm.
because it was just really bad. Not a great experience and a waste of my money. And
Oof. That's the
yeah,
hardest part as an
right.
artist is being like, I took a chance on you. Yeah.
Yes. Lots
Yeah.
like lots of money, Catherine. Like, ay, ay,
Oh,
ay.
oh, the
Yeah.
producers out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love. Yeah. So then it was like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. But then again, Hecate coming in being like, no, like keep like stay the course. You said you were
Hmm.
going to do this, commit. Like
Hmm.
she's like, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. And it was actually like incredibly synchronistic. I got booted out of my home
Mm.
through a fire. And then she was like, this is the initiation. And I was like, okay. And after that, it was like I found a producer who I trusted and we just started creating together. And he was actually, strangely enough, the first producer that I reached out to, but did not answer me back. So I had to go through that other, it's always always
Some
somewhere
tests.
else.
You
Yes,
really want it? You really
yes.
want
Do you want to do this or not?
it?
And so yeah, I ended up going with him, and it was just like magic from the first time. And so that's when we created the first song that I to me is still my favorite is "Sound of My Heart." I am
Yeah.
so yeah, because it is an affirmation song. It's like what I
Oh yeah.
initially came with. So
Oh
like that
yeah.
is the
That's the first
vibes.
song I listened to yours, and I was like, okay, here
Yeah.
we are.
So that's it in short. In short, that is the path and why and how. Yes.
Oh, incredible,
Mhm.
incredible. I do have to mention on here too that Kate and I got to meet each other in a really magical way.
Yes.
And one of her incredible talents is singing to nature and with nature. And
Mhm.
this goddess sings, and a whale arises and is like, like
True story.
true story, true story. Sing to those
Mhm.
whales, they will sing right back to you.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, so there's like a deep spiritual connection. I mean, like, how can we not have a deep spiritual connection to music? But when you're really tapped in like that, it's
Mhm.
wild what your voice can do in terms of spell work and manifesting
Mhm.
and all that juiciness, right?
Yeah, and I feel like I'm honestly just figuring it out. Like I'm at the literally the tip of the iceberg. I'm like right there at the edge, like, oh, this is what we can do. Like
Uh huh.
it's this like and that whale moment was one of those things I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh damn. Fuck. you know, like that gets crazy if you actually use it. And the story behind that is even crazier because, and I didn't get a chance to like tell you guys this when we were together, but like
Yeah.
Source had woken me up early that morning and she was like, get out because you want to see the whales, don't you? And I was like, yeah, I want to see the whales. So I'm like busting my ass trying to like get my clothes on. And she's like, okay, now give him a concert. And I was like, whoa, no, because there's people outside with me. So like,
Yeah.
what? No, I'm not gonna. So she's like, put your music on. So I'm putting on my music and I'm like turning the volume down. It's like 8:30 in the morning. She's like, turn it up. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm arguing with her, because I'm like, girl, you're pushing me right now. And she's like, okay, well then sing. You need to at least something needs to happen, right?
Yeah.
And if you listen in the video, like I'm like barely singing, like any sound is barely coming out,
Yeah.
because I let my music play through the songs and stuff first, I let that play. But like when she was actually like sing with your actual voice, I was so nervous, Catherine, because like I've
Mm,
never done any live, like I've done live performances before, but it's always been like curated to something else, not my own.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so that was scary, first of all. And I'm like, even though I'm giving it to nature, and also, there's all these little birds came down and like the turtles are going, and I'm like, wow, this is so magical. But now you want me to sing to all of them and these random people that are over here that I can see on the balcony beside me. There's a lot going on.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Um, but that little activation was proof, for me, and that was just enough. I was like, Source, okay, I hear you, I got it. I'm working on it. I will
Mhm,
get to it, I promise. Um, with that, because the whales are one of my spirit animals and have
mhm.
been for quite some time. So,
Yeah.
mm,
Oh,
mhm.
yeah. Are you cool with us bringing in some Astro into this convo now?
Oh, please,
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. Because
bring it in. Yes,
even just what you said, right? Like, um, yeah. Just wait. Maybe we talked about this. Do you identify as being neurodivergent?
yes,
Right? I was like,
I am very ADHD.
right, like I'm like anyone
Yes.
that normally vibes with me is like, what up, neurodivergent?
Hmm.
So just the idea of being perceived in general when you got all these extra neurons, mirror neurons, like things going on in your
Hmm.
body, it's why you're so good at music is because you can take all of that information and the magic of the moment and like channel it in, but then that perception, that instant like moment of
Yeah,
that,
it's
and with
that.
having like 12th house suns, right? Don't, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious, like, how are you feeling about that currently as a musician, knowing like it's like secret star,
Mm.
but then Jupiter's gonna come on in soon and be like, yeah, 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 yeah. What if it's not as much of a secret? And then like with the, yeah, and then like you're gonna be coming up into like a south node, like your nodal return with south
Mm.
node Leo, north node Aquarius. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling into that. The like I am ready to be seen, and what parts are you like ready to internalize in the visibility,
Mm.
and what south node stuff are you like, yeah, actually I don't give a fuck about showing up in any kind of way to validate what you all want from me. It's
Mm.
kind of what it
Mm.
feels like as I
Mm.
look at your chart. So yeah.
Mm. I think for a long time, like that was such a concern. It's like the perception of what people thought of me
Yeah.
and my voice and who I was and how I spoke. And so there was, for so long, I played such a good part. Like I was so good at playing a certain role in everyone's lives, and it was all different ones. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll be
Yeah.
this for this person and this for that and this for this. And like it's still a semblance of Kate, but it's just different. I was not inauthentic, but I was
Yeah.
just separate versions of myself.
Yeah.
And that was exhausting, as most people I'm sure who experience that same amount of masking can experience, they feel that.
Oh yeah.
Um, and it almost felt like a distraction, like it was just such a distraction away from like things that I like to do or who I wanted to be. And like I would allow, like, that Leo, I think being in the 12th house, for me, the way it comes out is I am so afraid to hurt someone with my shine. Like I'm so
Yeah.
terrified to hurt somebody by shining brightly. And so because I had instances in my life where people had told me that me being bright or me being a certain way or shining and doing my thing was
Mm-hmm.
painful to them because either they wanted what I had or they didn't have what I had or they just wanted to have their own shine and feel like me being there at the same time. Like we couldn't shine together, but you know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah. The light eaters, as I call
oh,
them.
I like that. I'm adding that to my list. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say that in a reading next week. I'll be like, y'all don't know. Mike and Catherine told me about the light eaters. Let me tell you about them. Let me tell you about
They
them.
go, gimme, gimme, feed, feed. Yeah.
Yes, just eating gluttony, honestly. And so that I think was so stressful and it internalized through since I was a kid into my stomach energetically and
Yeah.
tore it up. Like my stomach was a mess since I was like a
Mm,
little one. And it would have fluctuations of like it would get better and I'd get healthier and then, whatever. But I would always have like digestive issues. And I'm a pusher. I'm like, that doesn't hurt. Like I'm
there's that
that
capstellium,
person.
like, boop,
Yeah, yeah,
boop.
you're good. Stand up, say it with your chest, like I'm like, calm
Yeah.
down. but I will, like I will just push through even if I'm uncomfortable. And I think that was the part where I was stressing myself out way too much.
Mm-hmm.
And so all that to say, like I think this time of my life is meant to, me getting comfortable in my Leo energy. Like how I told you before in the beginning, I was like, because initially as we started, I was like, oh, I want to put my lip gloss on. And I thought it, and I was like, but it's all the way downstairs. I don't want to be distracting. Ugh, I don't, I hope, and all this. And I was like, Kate, just go get your fucking lip gloss. It's Catherine. Like, are you, like, you know what I mean? Like, girl, like, go get the lip gloss. You want it, go get it. The Leo in you says, put it on. I want
Yeah.
to be pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, it's
Yeah.
okay. And I just bought it yesterday. So I was excited. I'm like,
Yes,
excited. I'm putting lip gloss on.
absolutely.
Um, but like things like that, like so that is like where I think I'm learning to embrace that side of myself and allowing myself, and we can really digest if you really desire, but like there are so many ways in my life where source has mirrored directly the thing that I want through someone else, and them getting it and like being like, you could have had it, this could be you, but like now here you go, watch, like, and
Yeah.
like at first I took it as like a personal attack, because I was like,
Uh-huh.
Source, like you hate me, and she's like, no, I actually really love you and I just want you to know how much, because I
Yeah.
know this hurts you, and the reason it's hurting you is because you're hurting you,
Yeah.
like you are literally stripping yourself of
Yeah.
enjoying these kinds of things because you, for other people, and like that's been something
Mm.
that's been really hard. And I don't know honestly in my chart where this lies, but like I have this innate like want to, I think about everyone else before myself. I'm always like the person who's like, oh wait, I should worry about, okay, how do they feel? And if I do this, then if that will that
Oh.
affect this person? And I always want to take care of somebody and I always want to make them feel like that is just
Oh
in there.
yeah.
And
I mean, like, well,
yeah.
it's so funny. Even just what you've been talking about, it is to me feels like exactly what is sandwiching your Leo sun in the 12th. I heard from I heard from some astrologer, and I'm losing their name, but that like the houses right next to each other, it's like they're next door neighbors, but they're kind of blind to one another. It's like they
Mm,
can't see their gifts because it's not like, oh, opposing or a trine or a sextile. It's not like in like, oh, if we crossed this way, we would come to this head and be in relationship. It's like,
mm.
who are you? So there's this, as you're talking about digesting in the guts, you got Virgo rising and you
Mm,
got a Virgo stellium there, right? So like
mm,
rule
mm,
Virgo rules the digestive tract, like literally what is shit and what is nutritious for you, and your
mm,
guts having to like get through whatever like ancestral epigenetic lived experience of those things, and the Mars and the Mercury and the Venus having to be like, when you're neurodivergent and hyper aware of everyone's everything and being like, apparently I have to show up perfectly, or like, none of this is okay for me to be me.
yeah. Yeah.
So like, yeah,
Yeah.
you like
Yeah.
having to like sort through so much on that side of your Leo sun, and then like just on the other side of your neighbor is that like that Jupiter Chiron Cancer of like, I am house mother.
Yes.
Like
That one.
actually I am mother. I want to
Mm,
feed you. Is everyone fed? Is everyone cared
mhm.
for? But then like, owie owie owie, who in the collective is showing up for me like that,
Yep.
in that
Yeah.
way? So
Ding, ding, ding.
yeah, I feel like we're hanging out with this little trio of spots right here.
Hmm.
Yeah, and what
Yeah,
they've been through.
she's that, yeah, right there. Right there, just right there in the middle part right there. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, moving through your Jupiter return this past
Mm,
year and everything. Yeah,
mm,
has that been something that you've been feeling into with like, oh yeah, I am mother. I can mother myself through my creative
mm,
process, through source, through song.
hmm. Um, I think that has shown up the most for me, definitely in my use of my voice, but also how I talk to myself. So I would say, like, because a lot I noticed, with the female lineage in my family on both sides, ancestrally, it has always been a not a lot of, it's just a lot of negative self-talk, in short, and the not like it's like I will do for everyone else. It's that caring energy, right? That Cancerian energy coming through.
Hmm.
But like I don't want anybody else to do for me because you know what I mean? Like it's like
Oh
I don't
yeah.
want anybody no. I
Yeah.
don't want anybody to help me. I don't want because I want to be independent. I want to be able to take
Yeah.
care of myself. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do
Yeah.
that, you know? But at the
Uh-huh.
same time, I'm the one who wants to take care of everyone else. Like what kind of sense is like what? You know,
Yeah. Yeah,
like girl,
it's
like
hard to receive, right? Like just being safe to be on the other end of that can feel so fucking dangerous sometimes.
so dangerous, you know? And I think sometimes the danger or the fear of the danger it was coming from a place of like, will I be let down or will I be disappointed in the way that people want to? Because a lot of times I feel like people would want to care for me, but they didn't want to ask me how or like,
Yeah.
what do you need, Kate? You know? And it's just like, I want to care. And I'm like,
Not like
you
that.
know, no, you know, like,
Yeah.
ah. So I think that's the little shift that I feel like I'm noticing is that like I'm able to articulate so much better what I do want
Yes.
and what I need is the word I want to say
Yeah.
and to not be afraid to ask for help these days is like something like it's still I still struggle with that
Ooh. Oh my God, that's like
still
every
struggle
fucking
with that.
therapy session. It's like, is it okay that I needed to ask someone for help? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Like, can I ask? Yes, Kate, you can. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I will go down in flames sometimes before I ask, you know, like
Mm.
that was a pattern, is I will just go down in flames before I ask someone for help. And that
Yeah.
has proven time and time again to not be obviously the right way to do things. Um, because you're just sitting in the flames house. It's that, you know, that meme of like Elmo and his arms around, like, it's just
Yeah.
like, or the little dog when he's in the house and it's burning down, he's like, everything's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that I will just do that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
there, like, it is this kind of like martyrdom and self-punishment and victimization of the self that I
Sure.
feel like a lot of my, because it's like almost like that makes you like a good person. Do you know what I mean? It's
Oh
like,
my
I did,
God, yes. That's like
you
that
know?
that in and of itself sounds like the current nodal axis that we're almost done, that Virgo South node of like perfection is a lie. It comes from white narcissism and colonialism and capitalism and it's not real. Let go of this
Yes,
bullshit. And then the North Node
yes,
Pisces being like, so what if we're like spiritual and artistic but not martyring ourselves for it? You
yes,
know? So
yes,
like yeah, you can
yes.
feel that being like clearing the deck.
Yes, yes. So that's where I'm at right now with that. And
Yeah.
yeah, activation of my voice and like through, I would say through music, it's just been like, what kind of music do I want to make? You know, like
Mm.
I've never been one to stick to any kind of like a thing that source fed me when I was really young. And I wrote it in my journal at the age of like 9 or 10 was like conform to individuality. Now at that time, I'm like, all right, that means be a rebel, you know, like
Yeah.
time to do, you know, everything the opposite of what everyone else, you know, like that's what I thought in my mind.
Yeah.
Um, but I knew it had to do something with the me, you know, the me part.
Mm-hmm.
But that me went through so many iterations and things. So I came back to that recently and I was like, oh, yeah, like there is no conformity and individuality anyway. So it's literally like this very interesting I don't know. It's just that I could talk about that for hours, but I think that that is important in this time in my life is to give myself the individual, like that's what I need to conform to is not what everyone else is asking me to do or how they
Mm-hmm.
want me to be, but like
Mm-hmm.
what do I want to do? What is my individual self desire at this time? And to
Yes.
illuminate that and allow that to be my guiding light, my
Yes.
lighthouse, if you will. So
Well,
yeah,
that's yeah,
that's the music direction.
that makes so much sense with like with your capstellium in that fifth house, that Leo house of like creativity and self-expression, that it's like, no, I'm not just gonna talk about it. I will make the thing.
Mhm.
Like it's not gonna be this like just a dreaminess. It's like, no, no, no. Here's the album, here's the thing, here's my video. Like making it become a manifested reality is a gift you have there.
Thanks, Catherine.
You got to
Thanks, man.
go through some like oh shit with the Saturn return of it all.
Mhm.
I'm sure, you
Mhm.
know, when you were younger, but it's like yeah, no, you're ready to make what yeah. Mother is home and mother is mothering.
Yes, mother is mothering. And that
Yeah.
younger self, I think she's feeling safe with me now. Whereas I think
Yeah.
before, a lot of the she did not feel safe in my hands. And so she was just acting out, she was like, oh, you don't know what you're doing.
Mm.
Like the stuff that you're trying to do, like, no, we don't do that. So you're scaring me, first of all. And
Yeah.
then, like, what the hell are you doing? Because you're scared, but I'm also scared. And then also, like, this, like, you want to sing, but like, you're scared to, like, girl, like, she was just like,
Eyes
she's
wide
like,
after
no.
tongue. What's going on up here?
Yeah. She's like, this is crazy. Like, you're literally like driving me nuts, and like I'm scared of you. So she would
Yeah.
get in the she'd be like, okay, and I'd be too, like, I think the part of me at that time was so not confident in myself. Like I'd be like, okay, 5-year-old, go ahead and drive. And I'd scooch over and get in the passenger seat. And she's like, I don't have a license, but here we go. Like
Yes.
just wild, and just, and I'm
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I'm sure you feel me. We talked about this a little bit, but like I'm sure you feel me. So like
Yeah.
now that I've come to a place where I feel calm in myself and I feel a lot more grounded, and I'm still growing and understanding those parts of myself and seeing those things, I can assure her, like, hey girl, I know I don't have it all figured out, but like just let me drive, okay? Like you're trying to drive a
Yes.
Porsche, and like you don't have no
Don't
license.
have
And
a permit.
yeah, we can't, you don't have a permit even, like not safe. Not safe. Not safe.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that's incredible. Yeah, there's you know, it's one of those things when you have these more like intuitive placements and gifts and whatnot that come in our charts where it's like, oh, we scheduled this for a pretty auspicious astrology day, and like I wasn't thinking about it, I because I'm like, I'm maybe like 5-6 years into studying astrology, but it's this
Mm,
endless sea of stuff you'll never know it all. And
mm,
it always blows my mind when it's like, look at us scheduling that thing that is exactly what this moment is calling for, right? So
mhm,
like Aries new
mhm,
moon coming up, every and like
mm,
shit is stacked, and it's energy we've never seen. Like
mhm,
humans have not experienced this combination of energy in Aries, and yeah, it's like this yeah, the return of like the warrior, but also like, ow, where did your warrior flame get, and then how can
mm,
like all of this juiciness of these planets stacking up be like, yeah, you get to write the story of the sacred I am
mm,
as you sing and activate that sound. So like,
mm,
yeah, I'm just curious where, like, I know for you, your Aries, it does have planets in there, but for you, it's eighth house, right? Like
mm.
that's moving through some big stuff in the Scorpio house. So I'm just curious if there's anything, yeah, that's resonating for you about that I am.
Mm. I think I think a couple things maybe. So I think a part of my warrior, see, throat chakra, ooh, there she goes. She's like, I think a part of my warrior portion, and this is something that I don't often talk about, but that I feel like this is the appropriate moment to kind of mention, is that the warrior comes through me, I feel like, in a very like subtle way,
Mm,
so I feel like that warrior energy is, and being learning to be okay with that subtlety of where my warrior comes through, because it doesn't make it any less powerful. And that's, I think, I thought for a long time that it made me, like, because it felt so little,
yeah.
that it wasn't powerful, and I was like, oh, like if I'm gonna be, and maybe that's that Aries feeling, is like needing to be more front facing and like more, like that driving energy,
Yeah,
um
yeah,
and moving from a place of action all the time, and wanting to have like proof, like physical proof of things, you know what I mean, lining up to
yes.
show me like, this is where, your warrior is here, and you've done this, and you've done, like
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
that
Give me
kind
that,
of thing.
show me the street cred.
Yes, show me the street cred is exactly right. Um, so me being okay with learning that like my warrior is, I feel like she's like a little fairy. I feel like if we were in a D&D, like she is the fairy healer. Okay.
Yeah, her
Like,
stats come up and she's like,
yes. And like she's quite powerful, but like underestimated quite often, So like
yes.
I think that's the vibration of like what that means for me, and like how I have learned to also protect my warrior when she needs it, because I feel like she will go out and like maybe she's like flying in between things and doing whatever, a very warrior might do. But then, something knocks her down, it's like a hummingbird. And then it's like, oh, shoot, she's down, so we got to heal her up, help her out,
Mm-hmm.
she needs
Mm-hmm.
that, like, so there's that portion. And then I also feel like there is this like defender warrior energy that I have that is very big. Like, it's like, ooh, like he's gigantic,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, and they both, like, the little attacker is the small one, and then I have this big defender warrior energy. And I think learning to be okay with that too, is that my defense is the big one, like
Mm-hmm.
that. And by defense I mean the protection,
Totally.
like that. I think, because I'm like, I don't need you, like that's how I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I interpret that sometimes, is like, I don't need you, I'm fine,
Yeah.
but like allowing myself to be protected by whatever I'm meant to be protected by, that warrior version of myself, coming through.
Yes.
um and to protect others that way too, because I feel like I'm not, when I use it for others it's fine, because I'm like, I'll stand in the way of anything, like,
Yeah.
sure, I'll
Yeah.
take a bullet for a random, you
Uh-huh.
know but for myself.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so that's how I
Yeah.
feel like, does that answer the question, kind of,
Oh
sort of?
yeah, yeah, no,
Okay.
absolutely. Just knowing that yeah, there's just this like, I mean, all the fucking warehouses on fire. Like people are ready to be like, oh, fire horse, Aries season, let's make it literal, and
Yes.
like where we're all
Yes.
feeling this juiciness, but then also being like, okay, and all these other incarnations, it just would have been like off with their heads, and then this time we're
Mm-hmm.
like, how do we take sacred fire and like in a Hecate fashion, right, in a Kalima fashion, how do we like tend that hearth that is like, no, 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 you don't mess with me, you don't mess with the children, you don't keep the music from rolling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's the hardest thing for me too, is like, because both Kali and Hecate are two of my, what I call my A team.
Yeah.
And they sometimes make it difficult for me to, because I'm not afraid to speak my mind, but I also feel like there's certain battles
Mm.
that I need, my defender side needs to go, okay, not that one, like, okay, not that one,
Yeah, you gotta pick
like
and
it's,
choose
there's a
in there.
yeah, I gotta pick and choose the right one. So, because especially when you mention children, my heart's like I get
Yes.
wild over kids, and
Yes.
and babies and animals and things elderly. Like, I just, the defenseless, I
Yep.
just, mm,
Yep.
mhm.
Yep.
So I
Mm-hmm.
hear you.
Felt. Hmm.
Hmm.
Which is incredible that like, yeah, the first song that I heard of yours is I Am. Right? I feel
Mm.
like I gotta play that on the new moon tomorrow and be like, that's right. That's
Yes.
right. What Kay said.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, hell yeah. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
So what? Yeah, what kind of like with this renewal, freshness, fresh Aries new moon? Like I motherfucking am. What? Yeah. What other projects or things or yeah? What kind of stuff are you looking forward to?
Hold on, Catherine. Teeny, you gotta go downstairs, okay? You can't cry at the door. Sorry, Catherine. Give me 1 second. Let me just
No, you're all
do,
good. I
do.
can't hear it coming through.
Come on. Come on. No, no, no. You have to go downstairs. Come on. Downstairs. Downstairs. Go down. Go down. Go down. I know you want to be with Catherine, but you learn now. Go. Go on.
Baby.
Go on. Go on. Go down. Yeah, you heard me. Go down. She's like, no, I want to be with Catherine. I'm like, you haven't
I
even met her
wanna,
yet.
I wanna
She
hang
just
out
feels the
with
energy. She's just like so tuned in. Okay. Sorry, you asked me about, sorry, one more time for my
you.
ADHD brain.
Oh, for my ADHD brain. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. With the whole Aries new moon, I
Hmm.
am stepping into rewriting our
Mm.
stories around that. Yeah. What do you wanna? What are you brewing? What's your musical
Ooh,
brew? You got projects, you got things that you're looking forward to, or ideas you
yes.
got percolating.
Yes. One of the main things is I am really focused on creating visuals for my songs. Like that is important to me. I
Nice.
have two other songs that I'm working on right now currently, which I'm very excited because I want to do a little EP of maybe six.
Okay.
So, I kind of think it's either, yeah, either six or seven. I can't decide. Usually EPs are kind
Six,
of small,
seven.
but
Sorry, I
I'm
had
just
to do
like,
it.
yeah, six, seven. But like I can't decide, like I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm sure I'll know, which ones fit together and which ones don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now it's brewing on the visuals and trying to put those things, which I feel like is very Aries action energy. It's like
Hmm.
nose to the grindstone, like kind of it's a little impulsive in certain ways, I feel, on some things, because it's like as soon as I see it, I'm like, go, like do it, like jump on it. So I'm glad to have that. Like I told you in the beginning, I'm glad to have momentum in that way again, because I was feeling like things were just like chugging along, and I was like, okay. And I think this new moon energy is interesting because I think this is the first time in a long time, especially since we came back from Hawaii, that I have felt so inspired.
Mm.
And like that is like because I felt inspired along the way, but like this is like how I felt when I first started like creating things in general, like as a kid, like that
Yeah.
young self where it's like there's no hold bar to anything. It's just whatever I want to do, like fun and like
Hmm.
no, there's no caps, there's no fear, there's nothing. And I'm like, wow, Source, you really cleared some shit out, because I'm like,
Yep.
the fact that we can sit here and like I can say that in confidence feels like
Yes.
insane to me, because like there was so many things in the way. And like right now it's
Woo!
like doors open and I'm like, I'm getting
Yes.
on the subway, like let's go, like I'm
Yes.
ready. So yeah, Destiny Train, big time.
That's huge. And
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you got that Black Moon Lilith Libra in your
Mm,
second house of resources. So you're like, no, I
hmm.
will be making art. It
Yeah.
will be balancing and beautiful.
Yes. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. That is a part of
Yes.
it. Like we
Yes,
will
yes,
be making it.
yes. Oh, yeah,
Undeniably
and
so.
then this lines up with your like Uranus coming and shaking up that 10th house of vocation, career, being like, no, I'm here to
Mm,
play. Legit, I'm here
yes.
to play.
Mm,
And like
yes.
let that take up its space and just all the work that different like yeah, different protective parts of you, your nervous system, just different like lineage aspects, epigenetics coming in and be like you have been like, all right, ancestors, I have all this Virgo energy. We're gonna get to sorting. What's me? What's not
Totally.
me? What's source? What's not
Yes.
source? And now it's this
Yes.
like fly.
Yes. 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 I always talk about like with Phoenix energy, because that's what I feel like I refer to myself as often, which many of us do,
Mm-hmm.
is there's this moment where the Phoenix is reborn and it doesn't remember that it's a Phoenix, like it has
Mm-hmm.
to have that recollection of like what it is again.
Yes,
And I
yes.
think that that's kind of like where I was, is like I had had that rebirth energy and like I had just figured out like, whoa, like, okay, like
Yeah.
I guess this is what do I do with this body, this new
Yeah.
thing that I just got. And I think that was the part for me where I was like, I have this inspiration and I have these things and I feel brave enough to do it now. But like, what do I do with it? Like I don't
Mm.
know. And then it's the recognition of self where it's like, oh, you create cake. Like you're like how you said play, like me recognizing, and I think for my little Leo 12th house, I
Yeah.
see you, girl. I see you in there.
Yeah.
Is this being like, because I think that's all she really wants to do is to play, is to be like, I just want to play. And like, I don't want to be judged for my play and how I play and
Yes.
how, you know what I mean? And like, that
Yes.
I think was like the scariest part of like, because whenever you have a son in the 12th house, you know how that is. It's like there's a journey there. And I think that that is like the biggest part of my journey and like overcoming that and accepting that parts of myself is that like all she wants to do is play
Yeah.
and she wants to be recognized for her play. And
Yes.
that's it. Like that is the bare bones of it. And she
That's
doesn't want to be
it.
judged for her play. So
Absolutely.
I'm learning to embrace that part of myself and to love on her so hard because yeah, she deserves it and she needs it. And
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think this Aries energy is like, because I got the double fire in my chart anyway. So I'm like, any fire sign energy, I'm like, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go,
Yeah.
So it just pumps me up, and I'm excited to experiment and see my wings a little bit more clearly now that I'm like, oh, I see them there. Okay, I
Oh
can fly now, I
yeah.
think.
Oh
So
yeah. I mean, for
mm,
sure, when you get that Sag moon, right? Like, and in that fourth house, so like coming from like a root and foundation of like craving spiritual freedom, and like, and what
mhm,
is the higher philosophy of how we could be playing in this game of life and creating the
mhm.
music that is life, and then you get your point of fortune on your moon. That's pretty fucking rad. Like, there's something really cool about being like, oh yeah, like when you get to feel free,
Mm,
emotionally free, spiritually free, creatively free, like the way that that kind of like opens up the
mm.
rest of the chart is, yeah, is really beautiful to see. Yeah, like all your littles that are like, I just wanted to play.
Yes,
Why are
yes,
you making it so hard?
yeah. Let me play, god dang it. She's just, yeah.
Well,
She just
especially
wants to
it's like
play.
a little neurodivergent kiddo, like in the
Mm,
way we want to play, right? Like I want to get like
yes.
I'm sorry, why am I not allowed to be like naked rolling in the dirt and singing? Like
Hello,
why is that not
hello.
societally acceptable?
Or like, even just like I'm thinking of like myself as a kid, like when I would play, it's like I had these like intense stories, like it was a whole saga with the Barbies. You know what I mean? Like it was a
Yes.
saga for, me and my cousins, we had this whole thing that like it lasted years. And like we remembered all the characters. We were, like we were sticklers for like, oh no, that was episode 18, when we back in like
You get your housewives
yes,
episodes of
like it
Barbies.
was wild, dude. Like wild. And like I think about that and I'm like, oh, like that was that kind of energy is like your genius. Like that is
Yes.
your creative genius, Kate. And like
Yes.
it just wasn't and it's not the fault of my parents in any kind of way. I used to feel like kind of sad because I felt like they didn't see all of they were trying to protect me. So they were like, you have to do normal school and you have to do this and you have to do that. And like I would repeatedly say, I don't want to do that, And my dad's whole thing was like, education is the most important thing. And I understand being
Mm.
Black in America,
Mhm.
that is something that he learned was important.
Yeah.
So I get it. However, that version of myself, she just didn't want, like, she'd give rats ass. Like, I couldn't remember fucking school shit, anyways. Like, I was a decent student because I knew that I had to do well, but like,
Yes.
I that was a pressure that I didn't need. You know what I mean? And so like the creative part of myself where I'm like, I want to be on Disney Channel and I want to do this. And I want, like I was
Yeah.
that kid that's like, Mom, look at my cool play that I just made. And she's like,
Yeah.
very good. Now go do your homework,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Now
I don't
work.
want to do that. Yeah, like work,
Yeah.
work, 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 work. So work, work, work,
Sure.
work.
Yeah, and that kept Stellium being like, okay, I'll work at my expression.
Exactly, exactly. So in the quiet of the night, I'm staying up late with my little Game Boy lamp on, like writing songs, like in
Yes.
rebellion. So yeah, I feel you on that 100%. Yes, she just wants to play. She just wants it's her time to play and like
That's right.
enjoy her life for once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I'm very excited for you and your inner child, like Leo being like, yes, Leos are meant to be like, I love so hard and I want to say so much and I want to play and look what I can do and I can roar and you can roar and we can like roar together.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, I'm feeling your inner child and so happy for you too in this moment you're in.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Uh, um let's do a little plug. Where can people find your stuff? Where can they get into
Ooh.
Capital Kate?
Oh my gosh. So on all streaming platforms, that's where you can find all my music. It's everywhere. There's a couple that I haven't hit yet, but they will be there. I'm working on it. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
process. But yes, all streaming platforms, you can find my music. You can also find me as Becoming Kate on YouTube and TikTok, and then Caitlin Marie Brown on Instagram if you want
Yes,
to
right,
connect
yes,
through
right, right.
socials as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Oh, and I just
mm-hmm.
got Substack. I'm Becoming Kate on there too, and I'm so
Oh,
excited for that.
nice. Yes, 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 yes. You've
Love
got
that.
words with the Virgo stellium. So, like, put it in that writing.
Yes. Yes. Love, love, love Substack. That's like a new fun thing I didn't realize I would love so much, but like,
Yeah.
can you imagine readings and like it's like a newspaper. Like I'm like, take me back to a magazine when I was reading Cosmopolitan in my basement. I should have. You
Yes,
know what I
exactly.
mean? No
Exactly,
business reading that.
exactly. I thought I would kind of wrap up our time here with a little
Sure.
card read. I pulled cards before we got on, just to kind of, I was just kind of like feeling into you and what was coming up. So I think you're gonna be like, "What?" No, you'll be like, "That makes sense."
Yes.
Because
Oh,
yes, Kate is also
fun.
an incredible intuitive and reader and helps all kinds of people on their soul journey. Um,
Oh.
so first, the cards that I read these cards, they're called O cards and they're technically therapy cards, and it says right on the package like not to be used as an oracle deck, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'll do whatever I want.
I was
I'm a
like,
double
that's
Gemini.
a
I read
97.
everything symbolically. Like, get out of my shit.
Literally. Oh my gosh, funny.
But it feels like this like Aries new moon, and hearing from
Mm,
like younger parts that like, especially when you were saying like, oh yeah, like spirit was like, yeah, see them get the thing that you wanted,
mm,
this is for you, this is on offer for you as well. But then like
mhm,
the like, oh, just the resistance of like, why can't that be mine? Any part that was like holding any type of resentment is like,
mm,
oh no, we're gonna cut that out of that fear out of the root chakra. We're gonna let this blue
mm,
truth come through the throat. we
mm,
don't we don't have to hold on resentment. We are living our musical life, because we should be making our own music. We should be grounding ourselves with purple red, like spiritual music is what grounds you and grounds the people that listen to you. So just being like, oh yeah,
mm,
that is my spiritual awareness. That
mm,
is what I know. I let the
mm,
music stream through me, and I know I'm meant for it. So whatever parts when you were younger, pre-Saturn return, right, had any type of like imposter syndrome, any type of
mm,
like no, this isn't for me, somebody else gets to have that and get to have that dream and walk away with it, being like, oh no, 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 here we are making our music now,
mm,
sharing it with the world. It's our divine birthright to do so.
mm,
And then the affirmation card that comes through: when I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever present stream of well being. And it feels
mm,
like this is what like with the letting go, the releasing of the root chakra for you, for ancestors, all
mm,
that Virgo, like what is not me, what is me, releasing all of that to the care of spirit being coming through the medicine that
mm,
is your voice, that is your self energy, that you just tap into so instantly with sound and with music. So yeah, spirits
mm.
like pop off.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. That's so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
as you were saying that last bit, I thought in my mind a little bit about, I guess like when you that argument, I guess I don't know if you've had this before, but like I can only speak for myself, but like there's an argument sometimes that I would have with myself over like source, if it's meant for me, then just, then let me have it. But if not, then just take it away, like because it hurts too
Mm,
bad to like
yeah.
miss out or like to not be able to express that part of myself.
Mm,
And so I think at the time that was something that I didn't quite understand why source, like why source would do those kinds of things.
mm,
But it definitely is to just further like cement, I think, especially for this lifetime, particularly that like a lot of those things that we experience or that we're seeing in our mind's eye, there are for us, it's just like it's an unconventional and like you don't get to look off anybody's paper, it's a clean, you know what I mean? Like there's no copying
I'm laughing because
this.
that's how I got through high school. It's like, just get me to music school. I don't give a fuck about calculus. Yeah, sorry.
But you know what I mean? Like sources like for this part, girl, there ain't no way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's like accepting that and knowing that like there may not be anybody before you. Well, you can't, it's not, you don't have anybody to know. Like a mentor has been something that I always wanted, but like never had. And I'm like, yo, like, what's up, source? Like, she's like, you just don't need it. Like it's
Yeah.
not, if someone comes in, they'll help you, but like in
Yeah.
that particular guiding way, it's just not, that's just not for you right now, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So like seeing that is like, oh, man. And I have self-appointed mentors out the wazoo, like people that I've
Sure.
never met that I just like go, thank you so much. Come to
Yeah.
me, please be.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah. So that was like a little reflection off of that reading. So thank you, Catherine, for that. That was really cool. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you, thank you.
absolutely. Thank you so much for spending time with me and sharing your stardust, your vocal stardust, the magic that you're bringing to this world, to this incarnation. And yeah, thank you for being you and taking us on your journey from silence to sound.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And thank you guys for boosting Catherine because she's amazing. So keep doing that. Keep giving her the love that she deserves because she's an awesome human being.